My name is Tarmack, and this is your Game Industry News Wrap-Up for the week of January 14th, 2017. Microsoft has announced that Scalebound, the dragon-flying massive-scale battle game for the Xbox One and Windows 10, has been cancelled. No further information was provided on the reasons for why the title was cancelled, and developer Platinum Games has also commented that they're disappointed that things ended up this way due to fans looking forward to the game. Unfortunately, Platinum Games had a few, shall we say, less stellar games of late, with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Manhattan, and Star Fox Zero doing very poorly for the well-known Spectacle Fighter devs. It also throws into question the funding placed behind some of these Microsoft-funded games for the Xbox platform, and while their next game, which I tried to pronounce 7 times before giving up, looks pretty good from what has been shown so far, if it flops too, Platinum might have to change their name to Gold or Silver Games. Previously, I'd run a story about the Windows 10 game mode which Microsoft is developing that was exclusively for UWP games, that being the Microsoft Windows 10 app design. According to a new blog post on Microsoft PR man Major Nelson's website, this is now not the case, and game mode will be available on standard executables under Win32. PC users will be able to flag any executable as a game, which is great news not only for gamers, but also people who have applications they wish to dedicate heavy resources towards. Now, if only we could get these kinds of announcements out front of features instead of after Backlash, that'd be great. And now for the Nintendo part of the show. Nintendo held its January Switch preview event and gave all the juicy details about its new mobile console. Most of the juicy details. Okay, they really only gave some details about the system. The Nintendo Switch will release on March 3rd with a suggested retail price of $300 US. That translates into about $800 for the Australians in the audience. The new tablet console charges by way of USB-C, which is a good standard to use with no proprietary design. The tablet itself has a 720p screen and will play games at 30 frames per second with a potential 1080p 60 FPS available while docked, as the GPU isn't downclocked to save power at that point. Current estimates are between 3 to 6 hours of mobile use, depending on whether you're trying to play something intensive like Zelda out and about, or just putzing around on the tablet not doing a whole lot. And Nintendo is shipping 2 million consoles worldwide to meet demand and cover the first month. Now, the PlayStation 4 sold about 500,000 in the UK alone in its first month, so it's up to the listener whether they think this is normal Nintendo stock issues or perhaps low expectations of success. Let's talk about online services. Nintendo has announced alongside the Switch event that there will be a new paid online service, though the price is still not yet known. When you subscribe to the service, you'll be able to play Switch games online, similar to Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus. Currently, Nintendo has planned expansion features such as online voice chat, a monthly game download for NES and SNES Virtual Console titles, and exclusive deals in the future. They've also announced that region locking is a thing of the past, which is pretty great. Unfortunately, that's all the good news. As it turns out, those features do have a few limitations. For starters, the monthly game download is only available for free, and I use the term free in air quotes because it's not free if it's part of a paid subscription, during the month that you get it, and you have to buy the game to keep playing it after the month is over. And that online voice chat is handled by an app on your cell phone, because apparently Nintendo doesn't know that Discord, Skype, Google Hangouts, Uvu, Apple FaceTime, and even Facebook Messenger exist. I could see the idea of losing access to your NES, SNES games that you got with the subscription if you cancel it, just like PS Plus, but it seems like they might be putting a bit too much value on 20-year-old games, just like they did with the existing Virtual Console. And no voice chat app on the Switch itself? Good lord. They announced that Zelda Breath of the Wild will also release on March 3rd, being one of just a handful of launch titles. The other games available on launch or within the first month include Super Bomberman R, 1-2 Switch, Fast RMX, Snipper Clips, and Has Been Heroes, as well as ports of existing games for Skylanders Imaginators, Just Dance 2017, and I Am Setsuna. Bomberman and Has Been Heroes look like they could be good. Zelda, of course, looks great. 1-2 Switch is the weirdest video game I've ever seen, and all the minigames in it seem to want you to play them without looking at the TV, which makes me wonder if they forgot that it's a video game system. For some reason, Super Mario Odyssey, which they did show and does look pretty good too, won't be out until the holiday season, and Splatoon 2 not until Q2 2017. Yep, that's the launch lineup right now. It's significantly less than even the Wii U had. But Skyrim, remember that game which came out before the Wii U? It's gonna run on the new Switch. Unless something dramatic happens, this will be the worst game system launch lineup in about 20 years. Unless you want to count the Dreamcast Japanese launch with its 4 games in 1998. The Switch controllers were shown off in much more detail as well. The JoyCon are the sliding attachments which click into place on the Switch tablet itself, or can have a wrist strap attached individually to act a lot like Wiimotes. They come in a standard gray as well as a blue and red option, costing $80 US for a pair, $50 a piece, and $30 for the charging grip. There's also a Pro controller with a $70 US suggested retail price. I actually really like the idea of the controllers. They're condensed Wiimotes essentially, with proximity and shape detection on one as well as haptic feedback like the Steam controller uses so that you can feel the games. Not sure how much I want to feel milking a cow though, like they showed for the 1-2 Switch party game. The long and short of all of this is that the Switch event was underwhelming to me in the extreme. I really want them to do well because I love Nintendo games, but we've got a lackluster launch lineup half filled with ports, a system that falls somewhere between the PS3 and the PS4 in power, which granted does have really cool controllers, but the power is the reason that we're looking at mostly ports. Full-priced ports, by the way, and we have a terrible online subscription service from Nintendo, which isn't surprising at all because they have yet to design a good one. Follow all of that up with concerns about there being enough consoles on the shelves. Frankly, I'm not sure those distribution numbers are wrong. This system needs more games in a damn hurry because without that, in another 4 to 5 years, we'll see Nintendo licensing their games on everyone else's platforms after they give up on hardware consoles. Which would actually be pretty cool. I'll be here to say, I told you so. This has been your Game Industry News Wrap-Up for the week of January 14th, 2017. Please do visit patreon.com/Tarmack to help support the work that I do for the channel and get a few rewards while you're at it. I'd also like to call out Nintendo directly because I know full well that by putting Nintendo video content into this news show, I'm going to be dealing with copyright claims. The news wrap-up is specifically designed based on knowledge of the United States Fair Use Doctrine, under commentary criticism, and also rather conveniently under parody exemptions. There is nothing in this video presentation that you have the legal right to challenge. My name is Tarmack. Thanks for watching.